What's up, everybody? You're listening to
episode 11 of True to Size.
Oh my god! Is that two voices? What's good, everyone?
Yo.
What's happening? My name is Alan Martinez, and I'm joined by my brothers Lawrence Hopkins,
Hey.
Alvin Martinez,
Yo.
Joel Hernandez, and you guys heard two voices, right?
Dos.
Why are we?
Two.
We got to do that thing for the listeners, acting like we don't know what's going on, even though they're right in front of us. We got Christian, aka Flippinlaces, in the house.
What's up?
What's happening, Christian?
How are you?
Good. Thank you. Alex, Mr. Sugycyphersons.
Hey yo.
Round of applause, please. Round of applause.
Standing ovation. Thank you.
And you guys are listening to the 11th episode of True to Size. Today, we're going to go through a heavy week in kicks, including stuff from Under Armour, Adidas. I had to make sure I say that right for the entire episode for Mr. Suji. And just some stuff from Jumpman, as usual. Then we get to learn all about our special guest today. So you guys make sure you have moist mouths. That sounds gross. Let's move right on to the fire
welcome.
round.
Hope you got some moist mouths. Let's get started.
What I meant was drink a lot of water because you're going to talk a lot. I should have just practiced that before we had them practicing the intro more than I had to practice my parts. Oh my goodness. Fire round. This is funny because Suji said he doesn't talk basketball too much. Real quick, Coach Casey got fired. Moving on. So Lion and a Pickaxe asked us, what shoes did you purchase that you were uneasy about but became Insta favorites through some wear? I asked him what his answer was. I'm gonna say this nice and slow so you guys can start thinking. Style wise, the SB Blazer highs. He wasn't sure if he was sold on them until he had them on foot. Colorway wise, LeBron 11 Gumbo League, the Gator King.
Yeah.
So ugly, so beautiful. That was his words.
All the business.
You guys look like you're all thinking still, so I'm going to take over because I figured out my answers already. Style-wise, Kobe 9 Elite. As much as I love the look of the shoe and the technology in the shoe and how much inspiration went into the shoe, it, to me, looked like a weird style. You guys are lost. You guys need a GPS. Style-wise, I didn't know how I was going to rock it. Just because it's got that high cut boot looking silhouette. And then colorway, this is going to surprise you. The Atmos Animal Pack Air Max 1s.
Oh, you weren't sure?
No, I wasn't sure. Just because, again, I'm a comic book nerd. I don't really wear animal print and stuff like that, even though Wakanda forever. Let's go. I know. I'm a nerd. Yo, chill out. I don't really wear that much animal pack, but I mean, animals print. Thank you. I was going to say skin. Thank you for saving me. But then I had them on foot and I kept wearing them and I can't stop wearing them.
They're lovely.
I love them.
So dope.
With all of my heart. Let's throw a curveball. Let's start with Alex.
She's not looking at you.
Get the new guy.
That no look pass.
Okay. So I'm not gonna try and bring you guys into a world you guys don't know. So we'll stay kind of.
Oh no!
though.
Honestly, okay. I'm gonna say this now. I was gonna say this before when we were asking questions, but for the audience who doesn't know Mr. Sugycyphersons,
You're an idiot, first of all, for not knowing him. Next.
Damn, I wanted to be really nice about it, but okay,
Not
let's
nice.
go on. Lawrence LDog, not nice. He's Mr. Three Stripes of the crew that we have. He's heavy into Adidas. I said it right again. I'm gonna give myself a point every time I get it right.
Yes.
I want you, Alex, full-heartedly knowing that all of us here are very swoosh heavy and in love with the swoosh brand. At the same time, we all appreciate footwear and we love to hear what a wholehearted Adidas man feels and thinks. So
Please and
I
thanks.
want you to be regardless, and like apologies for all of us for not knowing maybe exactly what you're saying.
No, that's fine.
But we
I get that all the time.
But I'd love to hear absolutely everything you have to say
Okay.
for the brand
That's fair.
in like whatever comes to
Thank you
mind.
for this
Unfiltered.
openness.
I don't want you to feel any like you're walking on eggshells and shit.
No,
because-
it's and to be fairly honest, it's never been. It's in my own foot. It's all about Adidas because
Sick.
for choice, love,
okay, leave some for later.
story.
Leave some for later. Leave some
Yeah.
for later. Okay.
But the bottom line is that I respect anyone that's into footwear, right?
That's
'Cause,
sick.
like, we're
Yeah,
all
for
kind of
sure.
like our
Like-minded,
own type of
yeah.
weirdos and nerds about shoes.
Oh yeah.
So to each their own and variety, baby. So you wear whatever you like.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, to go back to the fire round question, I'll kind of stay current still because it was actually my first time having to kind of like challenge myself and deep diving into hype.
Mm-hmm.
It was when the Belugas came out, the first Yeezy V2. So
Sheesh.
people that know me know that prior to the whole Yeezy vibe thing, I was like into
Yes.
runners, AQTs, ZX, and all that jazz. So moving on from like old vintage runners to basically strictly upper, like prem-knit upper construction and a weird looking sole, it was kind of challenging. And that orange slash on the side,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. Somehow managed to get a pair, and then as soon as I put them on, I was like, okay, I get it.
Sold.
I get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got it.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh,
That's a good
what
answer.
Let's go. Let's just go counterclockwise from there. Christian.
I'd have to say, for me personally, the LeBrons.
Just
I mean,
any LeBron?
Yeah.
any
after the-
clunky.
Yeah, after the
LeBron.
first one, I got into all of them. I collected them all, and then when I rocked them, I was just like, I'm not 6'8" and 280 pounds. This is not working for me. So I'd have to go there for that one. Yeah.
So super uneasy about it. Did you end up loving them at all?
Certain silhouettes, yes.
Yeah.
It's particularly the one and the 9s, but then we can get into a story later about what I did to them after.
Okay,
but
sick.
Yeah.
Joel, how about you?
oh man, I don't even know, to be honest with you.
It's 20 minutes to think about
I know, man. I'm just so fascinated with Suji over here and Christian.
I know.
I'm just in awe with these
I can't
two.
lie, I'm fanboying right now.
For real, man.
They're signing autographs after.
I
These guys
know,
are
right?
family though.
Sign
but
my
it's
hat,
like,
sign my
These
hat.
guys are
We have-
fanboy.
we
Like,
have-
fanboying for days, yo. What's this?
I don't know. Probably with what Christian was saying, I'd probably have to say like the Summit Lake Hornets, the purple,
Yes.
purple LeBrons.
8s or which one?
I liked
9?
them. Like
Yeah,
I
something like
got
that.
them, and it's like I had them on foot, and like you were saying, it's like it just didn't look weird. It looked weird on me. So it's like I don't know. Like I regret getting rid of them just because it's just a banging color and whatnot. So I don't know. I'd probably have to go with those.
Okay, Lawrence?
I'm gonna have to say the Air Max 97. Like, I guess specifically the Silver Bullet. Like last year when they retroed, like I wasn't a huge fan because those were in outlets for forever. So if I really wanted it, I would have bought it before. Like it clearly wasn't on my list at all. But then they did like a huge marketing campaign for it after Air Max Day 2017, and I was like, okay, I'm interested. I was in a store the morning of trying them on, and I was like super on the fence. Ended up passing, went home, and then a pair showed up at my door from Nike Toronto. I was like, well, fuck, gotta try it now.
I remember that. I remember that.
And that ended up being like one of my most worn shoes, like within the past 365 days for sure. I've worn the Silver Bullet and the Gold Bullet probably more than any other shoe
Those
that
just
I own.
re-released today.
Today, yeah,
Today,
as
yeah.
we're recording,
I
yeah.
have to pass on them. Just
Yeah.
'cause low budget. Got
unreal.
him.
Got it.
What were you saying, Lawrence?
I don't remember. That's it.
I'm salty. I'm salty.
That's
I'm
it.
salty. I'll
That's
get
it.
them down the road. I think I will end up getting a gold metallic down the
They're
road.
in the van if you
Christian.
want.
Okay, well, let's talk trades after this. Alvin, what about you?
I would say it's the Vapor Max.
Oh, word, eh?
As like when I saw them aesthetically, I was like, oh, that's a cool shoe, but it's like
Weird, right?
because I have a wide ass foot.
Yeah, mine.
and I knew my
yeah.
foot
I
would
know
probably
exactly what
like
you mean.
like belly flop over the side.
Muffin top.
I was like, oh man. But then when I got the Air Max Day ones, when I
Yeah.
got those ones and I put them on my foot, and the comfort and
Oh yeah, I forgot you got
just
those.
how they felt, and like they looked dope on foot. So I was like, oh,
With the
man.
Volt
Now-
outsole, right?
Now
Yeah.
they're just
They're
In the
arguably one
rotation.
of my favorite colors, if
Yeah.
not the favorite color. Whenever I see you rock those, it's
so
so dope.
Yeah, the Vapor Max for sure.
Lit.
Those were some good answers, fellas.
Yeah, straight up and down.
Yes,
Moving
sirree,
on
Bob.
to This Week in Kicks. Damn, we got, yeah, it's quite a bit. It's going to be a long episode. We opened last week's This Week in Kicks. Wow, damn.
Whoa.
Tongue twisters, and I'm giving it to myself like I'm not the host. I'm trying not to do it. If you notice, I didn't stutter too much. Yeah. So we opened last week. I'm just going to say it again. Why?
Last week we
Okay.
opened This Week in Kicks with.
Thank you, Lawrence. Curries. So we're going to do the same thing this week, except they're coming from Under Armour.
Oh, I see you. That was dumb.
I know. It was slick though.
That's good.
Slick dumb. Lawrence, that's
Are you
your
handing it?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
you're
yes I
handing
am.
it off to me. Yeah. So yesterday I got a super dope care package from the friends at Under Armour Canada that had an early pair of Curry 5s. The very first public release colorway of the Curry 5, because the black version, the Pi Day one, was only 314 pairs. Super dope. First of all, just like unboxing it, everyone knows that I love multi-knit, like to my core. So when I saw that, I was like my actual unboxing reaction was legit. Like I was like, holy fuck. Like I was like, damn, these are sick. But I balled in them tonight actually, which is Thursday. They come out tomorrow, which is Friday. When you're listening to this, I don't know, it's weird.
Which is Saturday.
Yeah, which is Saturday. They're already out. When you're listening to this, go buy them. Super comfortable shoe. I think it's an improvement from the Curry 4, which I also had the opportunity to play basketball in. It's easier to get my foot in just because it's a low cut. Similar feel on the outsole, like cuts, stopping, that kind of thing. Like the grip is dope. The upper pattern is like, I love it. Like I love the design on it. Someone slid into our DMs and mentioned it looks a lot like a PG2
Yeah.
or PG. Yeah. A Paul George.
But it says it's missing the strap.
Yeah. It feels a lot like a Paul George.
Nice.
Like it has the bubble on the toe. So like it's Steph Curry, so he plays on his toes. So it has the bubble for extra spring on the toe. But yeah, really dope. The whole concept behind it was that he's like a kind of basketball player that league's never really seen up until this point. Like everyone's trying to emulate
Yeah,
it now,
weird.
but he's weird. Yeah, he's different. Like that's what the whole vibe behind the shoe is. Like that's the creative juices that flew into it. Like let's just make something different, weird, new. So
Yeah,
that's
that
what-
like U shape or that semicircle
yeah, it's
shape.
really weird, especially
It-
compared to what he's
It
had in the
slightly
past.
bothers me, but then you look at the shoe and you're like, damn, that's kind of
It works. Yeah. Just like Steph Curry. It's like, how
Yeah.
does he keep shooting these deep threes and he's winning? But like, I don't know. But like, yeah, it's got like a little bit of flash. Like it's, I don't know, it's different. And that's what the whole idea behind it was. So thanks, Under Armour. Performed really well. I'll definitely keep using them. That's it.
That Curry line is a line that surprised me
Yeah, it's been,
because it started off a little bit rocky, but then like the 3, 4, and 5, especially the 4.
the Curry one actually hit really hard originally when they first came out. But I think they just produced too many colorways. They pulled a LeBron 9 and released too many colorways. If you guys remember, the LeBron 9 had like, I think it was 60 different colorways of the LeBron 9 released.
Sheesh.
But yeah, now that they're keeping it more limited, which Nike is also doing, most brands are doing it now. They're starting to sell through a lot more, and which is good. I like to see this stuff fly off shelves. It's good.
Nice. Before we move on to the next thing, I wanted to bring up last week you were correcting me about the Puma Thunder Electric.
Not correcting. I asked a question.
No, you weren't. You were correcting.
I said,
The
I said
Thunder
Spectra.
Spectra
I said Spectra.
is the you were questioning me, therefore trying to correct me. We can argue about it. The Thunder Spectra and the Thunder Electric are two of the exact same shoes.
That's interesting.
Weird. Moving along. Undercover.
That's all you got to say?
I just wanted to say there's no difference, and it slightly bothers me, but
That's really
they still look
interesting.
really cool, and I still wish that the Thunder Electric had the same type of color blocking as the Spectra did, which is that black pair.
So strange.
I know, really weird. Moving along. Undercover X Nike React Element 87. Joel brought those up to my attention earlier this week.
So sick.
They're so sick.
Yeah, that black and white. Is it that black and white pair?
There is a bunch. There's like 5 different colorways. super neat, especially what they did with the React
With the
midsole.
React midsole, yeah.
How it's got like some of the foam
Like, it's
popping
like a
out and
drip
it's like,
kinda
yeah,
look.
it's like Lego bricks.
Yeah.
Super odd, and it looks so sick.
Can I cut in for 1 second?
Yeah, go for it.
Alex, what do you think of React? Have you tried it?
No, I haven't. No.
Never mind then.
You were gonna ask.
I'm just interested to know like what like Adidas, because like for us, like when you're trying Boost, everyone like when you're a Nike,
everything is comparing
you're a
it.
Nike stan, you're like, oh, React is the Boost killer, blah blah. But I want to know from an Adidas perspective.
I definitely haven't tried it,
Oh, okay.
but I find that aesthetically, they have come up with some very cool looking shoe
Yeah,
using the
for
React
sure.
Yeah.
outsole, so it's super nice.
Adidas just dropped a new boost today, Solar Boost.
Yes.
Was it today?
Yeah.
Yes, more brownie points.
Very technical, like running shoe.
Yeah, that's what I
So
took
it's not,
from.
like, necessarily talking to the same
Yeah.
consumer as
Yeah,
Ultra.
yeah.
But
Yeah, the Ultra Boost is definitely for like the athleisure consumer.
Streetwear
yes,
guy.
Yeah.
it's kind of like
and then
mixed-
there's some people who
mixing
try to
message.
run in them, but then
Right.
the Solar Boost is like I think is dedicated strictly for
Totally.
the
Yeah.
runner, the athlete, like complete athlete.
Yeah, totally.
All right. This is not news, but I definitely think that this deserved a shout out. The community this week was pretty freaking dope. I saw the 6 Got Heat do some more giveaways. Didn't Junie Junior? Yo, Trudy is out. I'm very sorry.
Trudy's back.
Dooney Junior. Didn't Dooney Junior win a pair?
Yeah. Like
Trying to be slick and then. Sorry.
Mayor's name came up for the 4.5 boys size, and she ended up getting it. So straight to foot for Jomar.
Saw that, yeah.
You know,
That's
he
so
got the
lit.
wool.
I think I wore those the same day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did. You
That's
did.
crazy,
I remember
that's
that.
crazy.
Another thing I saw this week, the shattered backboard ones restocked at Foot Action in 306 today. And one of the dopest things I saw was Flippinlaces getting a pair, flipping it to FTD kicks.
So
And your caption was making sure it was making sure it was in the right hands.
Making sure I'm making $500 today.
Let me explain just a little bit though. Just
Please.
To be clear. Got the message. There's a restock. I work literally like a block away.
Yeah.
So I ran through and I knew there was only up to 8.5. So like I thought, could wifey use a pair? It's like, yeah. Well, will she appreciate it? She's got some ones already. So it's like, maybe she get one for my daughter. My one daughter who doesn't have ones with like a Nike Air on it. So I'm like, okay, she's 10 years old. But I'm like, I copped them for her. And then afterwards it was like, she's 10 years old. She's $250 kicks? Does this make any sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh man, wifey's gonna kill me.
Yep.
Opened up my phone though. Sure enough, FCD Kicks post something. It's like, oh yeah, that's right. She
That's
wanted
sick.
this pair. So I was like, let me just see what's popping with her. So happens, exact size. She needed a
Nice.
7.
That's
Amazing.
incredible.
A 5.5
Nice.
youth. And it was just like, hey, listen, if you want him, you got him. She friggin' flipped out on the DM. She's
No
like, are you
way.
serious?
Flipping-
You're totally,
flipping out.
yeah.
Yeah.
flipping.
Good one, Lawrence. Good one. You want to talk about dad jokes and shit.
So it's cool.
That's
Finally,
sick.
yeah, it's cool to finally meet her. And it was a good feeling for sure.
No, that's awesome.
Nice,
And
nice.
one of my boys hit me up too. He managed to get a pair because he works downtown as well. And he was like, do you know anyone who wants it? And I said, no. Fortunately enough though, he like posted in his stories, and one of our homegirls that we used to work with at Nike hit him up, and sure thing, same thing, retail. Just hooked it up. Marco Papito, shout out to you, bro. That's some good stuff. I loved it. I loved seeing that, making sure that.
Shout out to the nice people in this
Yeah.
world.
In Ontario.
Montreal Cats ain't helping out nobody.
I don't think they have the same stuff.
Also true, right?
Super facts.
Poor guys.
Next on the list, Drake to Addy watch. Still no official word.
We all look at.
We'll look at Alex.
Alex, what do you know?
What do you know?
But did you guys see the owl inside the heel tab of the Splatter 4 sample?
I did see that. Yeah.
What the?
Splatter 4s.
Yeah, it's like a bread 4, black cement 4.
Oh, those are.
And then it has like the red and
Nasty.
white splatter on the
Yeah.
midsole.
Yeah.
Yeah. So inside the heel tab,
There's an owl.
there's an owl, the OVO owl. I thought
Maybe
it
he was supposed to get some
super
fours because the Raptor 4 had his
Had his
signature
signature.
on the tongue too. So maybe he was supposed to have a 4s pack.
promo samples.
Yeah.
Suji, what's your take on?
I was just gonna ask. You don't have to tell us anything, even though I know you know. But like, what's your whole take on the whole situation?
And
Well,
can you
actually-
get him on the pod?
Talking about the pod, we did address this on the pod a few episodes
Nice.
ago.
Yes, they
if you
did.
guys want to check it out,
The
on
Sneaker Podcast. Shout them
Shameless
out
plug.
every
yeah, yeah.
episode.
Okay, you're part of the.
Yeah, yeah.
Christian, Alex Christian.
That's where I know your voice from.
This is from a creative standpoint. If this is all very hypothetical, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
If but to be honest,
Air
like
quotes.
you go wherever you feel like you are, and this goes for like everyone, for everything, right?
Yep.
You go where you feel the most represented, right?
Of course, yeah.
So hence why I wear Adidas, because I feel represented by the product. So
Awesome.
that'd be my explanation to this thing.
Would you, if he were to move to Adidas, would
Adidas.
you Adidas?
Adidas.
Do you like that move? Like, are you a Drake fan? Would you want to see an OVO Adidas shoe? Do you not care?
I don't care so much about a product. I love Drake.
Yep.
And I think that he carries a powerful message.
Yep.
Just by being a powerful artist. So I think
It would just be
in
dope
that
to
sense,
have
it would
him.
be a good add-on
Yeah.
to the three
Part
straight
of the
team.
squad.
The team. Yeah.
In terms of a product, I'm not sure I'm convinced yet what this would actually could look like.
What he's capable of.
Right.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
But he's a very smart man. Like, he's
Absolutely,
a
yeah.
very creative, like, music artist. So I'm sure he has a lot of stuff up his sleeves.
And his team too.
Yeah.
Could
Yeah,
have
so
some,
the
could
squad.
have some dope stuff up their sleeves. So Pride Month is coming up, which is next month in June. There was a leaked photo of a Be True Vapor Max Plus. I'm kind of slightly disappointed. Did any of you guys see it?
Nope.
No, it's like I wanted it to be a bit more vibrant. Just like because like they are releasing a Rainbow Vapor Max Plus.
Yeah.
And it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like super colorful, it's super bright, and that's kind of what I was hoping for the Be True pack, but I guess not. It's like mostly pink,
Oh, okay.
or maybe it's iridescent. I'm not too sure.
Did you
also-
see the Addy?
Yes,
stuff,
I did.
though?
That's next on the list.
Segway.
Oh my god!
Sorry.
And I'm contradicting myself right now because the Adidas Pride pack is not bright and colorful as I want it to be, but God,
they did a good job.
damn,
Very good.
Yeah.
I want
very,
every
very good.
single pair, even
Yes.
the D-Rupt. I'm not even lying to you guys.
No, but it's cool because, like, for D-Rup, for example, it's the first time that there's actually some sort of like a design
In the base
underneath
color.
the-
Yeah, yeah,
on the
yeah.
lining, so
The
it's
base
super cool.
upper.
Love
so,
that. Yeah.
So moving on to the Adidas Pride pack, there's a Pure Boost DPR, an I5932. Is that how you guys say it?
Yeah,
How you
5923.
guys
It's really
say it?
up to you. Formerly Iniki.
The Iniki? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can still say it.
A campus, which is super laid back, and then it's got that dope heel tab
Yes.
detail, and the D-Rup. Man, the D-Rup surprised me because it has that multicolor layer underneath. Is that prime knit?
No, I don't think so.
So it's just a print.
probably like knit or what they call
Yeah.
circular knit.
Okay.
So,
So
it's not as stretchy, but it feels like a knit. So
right.
you get that look.
Yeah.
It's not
yeah.
this exact
Neat.
same stretchy
Sick.
prime knit. Yeah.
It surprises me because it's so vibrant and colorful, but then the neutral webbing
Yes.
actually like calms it down a little
Totally,
bit.
yeah.
It's
Totally,
so
totally.
sick.
Yeah.
No, I love it.
I know a lot of
love
people
the
are
whole
on the
pack.
fence with Derupt because
Yeah.
it's a new silhouette that talks
Yeah.
to a very creative approach.
Absolutely.
But like if you consider it, like there's like the outsole, there's the midsole, and then there's the web on the midsole, and there's the upper, and there's the web on top of the upper.
Yeah, so
there's
weird
like
to me.
already like 4 different color blocking
Yeah.
options.
Yeah.
You
right?
can do a lot with it.
You could do a lot, and it's just a matter of like blocking it the right colors and
Yeah.
just maybe using the right details or
Yeah.
heel tabs or whatever. Like you could
Yeah,
you can make
for
it
sure.
very funky. It just
Yeah.
has to be like done properly. I
No,
guess.
it's so nice. It's like the first D-Rupt colorway,
nice.
and it's actually the most complicated D-Rupt colorway that
Yes.
I've seen so far.
Very surprised too.
But I love it. It's so sick. On another Adidas note, the Originals Ultra Tech. My God, those
I'm a
originally
big fan of
those
those.
originally dropped 91.
Yes.
Oh my goodness
And they were
gracious,
featuring
they're
that
so
same
sick.
Delinger web that you find on the
Yeah,
D-Rups.
on the midsole.
And quick history class.
Hit
Go
us.
for it.
Yeah. So the idea behind the Delinger web was actually.
Oh my god, I'm
yes.
so excited for this. I
So
can't even.
it's
lie.
Spider-Man is a Spider-Man.
it's basically what it is, right? No, but it was created by.
Fair.
It was a guy called Bill Delinger. He was the head running coach of Oregon University. And he worked with Adi on creating like a technology to wrap around the midsole to control the absorption, basically.
Oh, sick.
So the effect of this was like energy return or energy control in the absorption. So people call it the ancestor of Boost.
Makes
Basically,
sense.
because it's
Yeah.
the same idea behind it. So, the Ultratech was featuring that Delinger web, and they also had like a kind of like that rubber bubble like underneath the heel counter,
Yeah.
and it was for shock absorption. So it's called Soft Cell. It was this
Dog.
first time they came out with this. I actually snooze on London reissue that they did a few years ago with Size. You guys familiar with Size?
Yeah.
And so I'm very excited that they're especially bringing out those two very iconic colorways. It's a super cool shoe.
Oh man.
That's dope.
Yeah. Those. The
I'm
two,
very happy about
the
them.
two OG colorways, right? Those are super
Very
clean.
exciting.
The one I'm very excited about is the Vegeta colorway in the Dragon Ball Z pack. Oh my god. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Lawrence needs to shut up. Other than community movements, the coolest thing that I saw this week. I love you, Lawrence. I love you.
My mic's still on.
Yeah. One of the coolest things I saw this week was the ESPN and Netflix announcement for MJ's 10-hour documentary called The Last Dance.
Whoa.
Wait, it's gonna be 10 hours.
10 parts. So
parts.
10,
I'm
10
booking off a
episodes.
week.
Trust me. I'm coming
a
over.
day.
I'm
Day is
coming over.
fine.
Trust me. It's like a Lord of the Rings marathon. We're not eating. We're not closing our eyes. We're not blinking. Oh man, I can't wait. 10
This is
episodes,
super
I believe.
cool.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And apparently it's going to go through in like the entirety of his career, like all of his championships. Supposedly over 500 hours of never before seen footage.
In 10 hours?
Yeah, sure. I guess they're going to just fast forward through all of it. Just really
I'm not a
fast.
mathematician, but
Have you guys seen the ESPN's like 30 for 30 productions?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
going to be by like the same, or I think, but like same type
sick.
of production.
Nice.
So
Yeah,
it's going to
that's
be
dope.
very top quality. I cannot wait. And then on top of that, this is from Soul Collector. Nike is releasing a Bulls Michael Jordan jersey.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. In the current NBA design.
Yeah.
So there's going to be an authentic red jersey
of course.
with a dope display box
With a box.
with a window.
Now I have to buy a box.
$400 US dollar though.
Soft.
This is, I'm gonna settle for the swingman jersey.
Yeah, the swingman.
It's gonna come in white and the red for 120.
Is there
Much
a box?
more affordable. No box.
Nah, I need
No,
the
I need the
$400
box.
one.
Okay, cool. I'll get the swingman. That's fine. Both of them have the Nike Connect thing. You know that thing, that the little chip that they have in the
Yeah, my
jerseys.
phone's not good enough to have that.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
You need a 7 or
It's
above.
gonna okay. I'll let you mine.
Borrow
Let you-
yours.
Oh no, I only have a 6 Plus. Really?
Yeah, you can't use it either.
Oh, I'm crying. Okay, someone has a 7. Can you hit up me and Lawrence so we can look at what our jerseys have?
Joel has it, yeah.
Okay, lit. It has content for The Last Dance.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
it sounds like that awful dance movie from years ago, but it's actually MJ's dope documentary that's coming up.
It's called The Last Dance.
Yeah,
I don't like that name.
me neither. Super odd.
Sounds like a sequel to Stomp the Yard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think Alex might be in The Last Dance.
My man. And then another, speaking on top of community, they're being released in partnership with a nonprofit Friends for the Children mentor program.
Fantastic.
Yeah, for like it's a program for at-risk kids. Now, before we get to Mr. Flippinlaces and Mr. Sugycyphersons, I just wanted to plug in a few things. Net Magnetism has those building blocks kits that I mentioned before. The Series 1 is out now. Those are inspired by the Jordan 6. They tease the Series 2, which is going to be for the Jordan 5. If you're interested in grabbing some of the building blocks, I believe Series 1 is almost sold out. You can use the promotion code. Wow, I'm stumbling. Canada Got Soul for 35% off.
He actually just posted today that Series 2 is now available for pre-order.
Ooh,
So when you're listening to this, you'll be able to pre-order it.
Hey. Next, Soul Exchange Canada is going to have a event in Vancouver on June 16 at the Vancouver Convention Center. YYC Soldiers are going to have an event at the the Chinese Cultural Center called Calgary Sneaker Swap 4 on June 2nd. And we are going to be at the Hype Beast Expo presented by Outlined on Sunday, May 27th. That starts at 11.
In Brampton.
In Brampton.
B-Town.
Brampton. That's going to be at 5 Gateway Boulevard. Did you hold up a B just now? Yeah. This guy is such a loser.
He actually spelled out blood with his fingers.
No, it's not allowed in this house, Lawrence, okay? That's going to be at 5 Gateway Boulevard in Brampton.
Brampton.
$20 to get in. We are going to have our crew necks and toques. So if you didn't get a chance to cop those, you can cop those at the event. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for.
I'm gonna talk.
All right, let me do some soft introductions first. For those that don't know Christian, aka Flippinlaces, say what up.
What up? What up?
He's one of the biggest Jordan heads that we know. He's also a huge dunk head. And one of the most OG heads we know in the game. Alvin is dissing right now. And then, alongside him, we have Mr. Sugycyphersons, aka Alex, or the other way around. Alex, aka Sugycyphersons.
Hey, Alex.
That looks so terrible on my passport.
Wrap around the other side.
He is, I want to say, well, from what I know, Canada's 3-stripe extraordinaire. He's also a B-boy.
He's the biggest Adidas guy I know.
Boy.
Yeah, me too.
100%.
Me too.
Word.
Yeah, okay, let's get this going. How long have you guys been in the game for? You guys can coordinate amongst yourselves to see who goes first.
The game, not very long, I guess, because that's I come from like a very dark place on social media where like the whole like Adidas thing was very, very small in Canada, right? So I was connecting more with people in Europe, people in Asia Pacific and Asia, because here there was barely any noise going on, or I did not know of any other collectors for sake. Back in the days, there was a good friend of mine in Toronto. He's a very low-key guy, doesn't really put his face anywhere. Major collector. And then there's my good buddy Paul in Vancouver. He also happens to work for Adidas.
Friend of the show.
Malaking tenga.
Malaking and IBS negative on Instagram, my good buddy Paul. So if you're asking me how long I've been in the game, I'll say maybe max 5 years. Basically, when I got a smartphone and I started like having a presence. But I've been wearing and dancing in my sneakers since 14 years now, I guess.
Wow.
Amazing.
Started off with some a pair of like green Puma suede that I bought with my own money for $50 at like what you guys would call Sport Check here.
Sick.
Yeah. And,
What is it in Montreal?
Sport Expert.
One more time.
Sport Expert. Les experts du sport.
One more time for the girls in the back.
Let me try. Sport expert.
Sports experts.
With the
I don't think Alex is single, you guys. Christian, what about you? How long have you been in the game for?
I guess the game. Well, I've always been to sneakers since like the late 80s without totally giving my age away right now. Basically,
It's okay, we're in the same boat.
Around when eBay started. I think that's when I really started getting into it. So like
eBay started.
early 2000s, late 90s. Yeah.
nice.
Like officially introduce yourself into the sneaker game.
Yeah, basically.
Sick.
That's when I got it.
So you got into the game when you were like 13 years old.
Yeah,
Yeah,
essentially.
for sure.
My math is correct. Yeah.
What got you into sneakers, Christian?
What got me into sneakers? Wow. Okay. I'd have to say.
Told you to be ready to talk about yourself.
That's true.
Is your mouth moist?
Give me a heads up. Wait, hold on a
Told you
second.
to come with moist mouths.
Water break.
Oh man, such awkward
guess-
wording.
Elementary school. It's grade 7. Always came to school with a fresh pair of Nikes on, and for the longest time, I was trying to figure out what they were, and then anyway, but I got to school with them, and I got to school, and then everybody, they picked me up. They literally picked me up and paraded me around the school.
What?
Yeah, and I was like, wow, this is this is a feeling you get from wearing new sneakers.
I love it.
That was like 100 likes on Instagram before Instagram.
So I mean,
That's a blue check on Instagram.
You're verified.
Yeah.
You are verified.
Verified.
You've been verified, Christian.
exactly. So obviously, like, you know, that feeling was something else, and yeah. Ever since, it's like, okay, I gotta come correct every school year with a
That's
fresh pair of kicks.
amazing.
Dang.
Suji, what about you?
So when I started dancing, it wasn't, there were like dance studios where you could like sign up, pay for classes, blah, blah. But I kind of went the other route, and found out about some crews or b-boys that were dancing in my small ass town outside of Montreal. And, I was basically getting dropped off on Monday evenings by my dad, and then my dad would pick me up later. And every time I would get there on Monday nights, I noticed that the boys were coming in with an extra pair of shoes. And I asked them, like, why do you have two pairs? And he's like, well, that's my pair that I walk in, and that's my pair that I rock with.
Were these like the older kids?
No, they're
Or just like classmates?
just like all of them, right?
Nice.
The
Yeah.
older boys, they're like
Sick.
and some of them were like playing balls in the gym while we were dancing. Like so there's like this whole like shoe look, dress fresh culture like around
that's
it.
dope.
And so one night I came back to my mom and I'm like, Mom, like I need some dancing shoes.
I want you
She's
to
like-
lift me up.
I want to know what
she-
Christian felt.
And she tells me, what are dancing shoes? And I'm like, well, the boy seems to be rocking like Nikes and Adidas Superstars and K-Swiss and all that and Chucks and stuff like that. So my mom's like, do you want to go to Walmart? I'm like, there. I'm like, yeah, sure, let's do it.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
We're on to something now.
Yeah. So we go to Walmart and I'm like, I'm 13
God
years old,
bless
right?
mamas.
I'm just 13, maybe 14, whatever. And I'm just like, let me find a fresh looking aesthetically pair of shoes. So I pick up this white pair of like skateboarding shoe and it has a green S on the side. And, I'm like, yes, this is it. So like, you know, like not caring for
About to
two
kill
shits
it.
about, I'm just like, this is going to be like my entry into the respectful, like street cred b-boy world. So I get there on Monday and then I lace them up. And, this guy that we used to call Joe Young for no reason. He pulls up in front of me and he's like, are you wearing Walmart shoes?
No.
And I'm like, and he's like, are those Sujis? And like SUGI, and I'm like, yes,
this is amazing.
hashtag fuck you, and I'm like, yeah, well, I think they're nice, and everyone started making fun of me,
And then the beat
like
drop.
straight up, like, and no, I was a pure noob, so I remember like feeling super ashamed, and I was like, fuck, like I'm wearing like Walmart shoes, shit. So they started calling me Suji to make fun of me, to pick on me, and eventually the name kind of sticked, and we stopped making fun of me because I guess I was starting to be like respected, and like they were. So I switched the I for a Y, and just to make it a bit more ninja, and that's basically how I got into shoes. Because after that, it was I had a little job as a busboy. Is that busboy?
Yeah,
busboy, sorry. In a restaurant, so I'd make some money on the weekends, and I saw like in the flip, how do you call them?
Magazine?
No, not magazines. Newspaper,
Flyers?
like flyers, I guess.
There you
Yeah.
go, yeah.
That you get in the bag. Like
Yeah.
The public sac au Québec.
Shout out Montreal.
I see that Sports Expert, so Sport Check, has a sale on Puma suedes. It's $50 a pair. They have forest green, navy blue, black, and gray. So I tell my mom, I'm like, can we go to Sports Expert? And she's like, okay, cool. So I get a pair of green and I come back home. I'm fucking happy. Like I'm losing my mind because I've already like etiquette myself as like the green guy and so happy. And then my mom's like, well, you don't think that like green is like such a weird color to wear all the time? I'm like, yeah, you're actually right. So we went back to Sports Expert the following weekend after I got my paycheck and I got the black pair. And for 4 weeks straight, I
Every
went back
one on
again
sale,
and I
yeah.
got all of the colors.
Let's go.
So and long story very short,
then
I started
Suji
like
bought
I started buying shoes like this. It was like pretty much everything. I wanted the whole like rainbow, right?
Yeah.
It was like
Jeez.
I had like a red suit and a red foam cap. I needed red
Sick.
shoes. I had like a green suit, green foam cap. I needed green shoes. So it kind of started like this, and then eventually the whole Adidas job opportunity came around like 8 years ago, and then everything started to trickle down to make sense.
Sick, bro.
So
Yeah.
sick. Since you already started going on about your evolution
Yeah.
of kicks, was that essentially it? Walmart, Suji, and then Puma, and then Adidas. That's what.
It was a bit of everything again. Like it was really like it was really sorry to curate that aesthetic.
Yeah.
So it could have been like a pair of like fake Chucks.
Whatever fit.
Yeah, whatever fit, like
Airwalks.
a charcoal. Yes, exactly. You know, I remember even like wearing like Superstars with 4 stripes from like like
K-Swiss.
Those are K-Swiss.
no, because it was really about the aesthetic. It wasn't
Yeah.
necessarily about the brand. And from where I come from, you wouldn't really stunt like this, and you really didn't have to stunt like this. True, right?
That's sick.
I was already coming in my school with this hip hop kind of like look, and everyone was like, "What the fuck is wrong with this kid?" and eventually, I started like developing my own taste, I guess, and towards more Addy, and everything kind of like created this organic relationship with the brand.
Awesome.
Christian, what about you? What was your evolution of kicks?
My evolution of kicks? I think it had to start with the dunk. Yeah. My first pair of dunks.
Sportswear?
Spots.
Yeah. It was, the Shima dunk. Shout out to Dixie Outlet Mall. For that first pair. That lone pair that was like my size. It was destined to be. And then.
Oh, and he doesn't mean the new Nike store, Dixie Outlet Mall. He means the basement shops.
No.
Or the
no,
Foot
no.
Locker.
There is a Foot Locker
There's
there.
a Foot
True.
Locker back then, yeah.
Bin.
Yeah, so that's early 2000s, yeah. And then from there, I had to get into the SBs. It was really dunk heavy. And then with
Our favorite pair.
yeah. Then having to scour eBay, and it was like, oh, I remember those Jordans I wish I had back in the day.
Amazing.
So it was like, the first pair that resonated with me was the White Cement 4. And then, of course, lesson learned, I grabbed the fake one.
eBay back $30 on eBay. This is a steal.
On sneakerstore.com/EU/org.
/Jordan.
And then, dabble into the Air Maxes. Obviously, love those. And then just became a sneaker fiend addict. And just every silhouette, I just love them all. So I just had to dabble
Brands
in everything and
too.
try everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly Nike heavy, but I dabble in everything and, I like to keep the variety
That's
going.
evident in your Insta feed. Sick.
Nice.
So, I don't know if you guys want to keep this down low, but how many pairs are you guys at right now? I was scrolling down Christian's feed just to see if I could ask him some more questions, but then all I saw was just different pairs every day.
hasn't worn a
I
different
do
pair
not
since
have an
2005.
updated count, but let's
Guesstimate.
just say I have way too many shoes. So let's just keep it at that.
Over 100?
Good answer.
Oh, definitely.
Easily.
Definitely.
He got his own house now, so he's about to just
Yeah.
explode.
No, I literally just finished unpacking everything last week before I left, and I have too many shoes. And it's this weird thing where I'm like a 10 and a half. So mostly I can squeeze in 9.5 in some of the styles like Superstars and stuff like that. But when I worked at the outlets like years ago, we were getting like sample boxes for like they were just getting rid of their samples, right? So we were selling them, and samples are a size 9.
9, yeah.
Yep.
And for the price that I was actually getting them for, I started convincing myself
How could you not pass up?
I could squeeze in a size 9. So I started buying all of these size 9s. And then when I got transferred to Montreal Originals, I started like getting heavy into runners and like ZX and Torsion and Tech Supers and all that shit. And I was only buying size 9 because I was like, 9 is my size now. Right? So eventually those Yeezys come out and I try on the size 9 and I'm like, this is not my size. And I try 9.5 and it's not happening. And I try on the size 10 and I'm like, oh shit. Am I a size 10?
And that was his true to size.
And then eventually, and for Yeezys, for example, Yeezys I'm like 10 and a half, but most of my stuff I'm a size 10. So there's a lot of like the size 9 stuff
Yeah.
that I just can't wear. Right. But I
You
just
also-
hoard because
yeah,
like
you can't get rid of it either. I know that.
because it's
Yeah.
it's a part of the puzzle, right?
course,
Some of
yeah.
this stuff, like especially ZX, it's like for a while I was trying to recreate like the 1000 series and then the 100 series
man.
and all the OGs and blah blah blah.
So you're totally a completist.
I'm trying. So like yeah. So I have too many shoes. Let's just keep it at that.
That is amazing. All right, let's stick with Alex right now. What was it about Adidas that made you commit so much to the brand over everything else?
It was the mystique behind the brand, right? Because well, first of all, it was like how would I say this? Internet was not as heavy in my reality, right? So I was not saying that I'm prehistorical or whatever, but like again, like that's like pre-social media world and stuff like that. So pre-Instagram, pre-knowing a quote-unquote community.
sure,
like
yeah.
so,
No
I started
1 year ahead
working.
leak.
No, that's it. So I
Yeah.
was just working at the Adidas outlet stores nearby my city, outside of Montreal, and as a sales associate and as a stock boy. So whatever was coming in, I was like, fresh, dope, nice, this is cool, perfect.
Discount.
This one. Yeah, because like you get them for a good
For
price,
sure,
right?
for sure.
So this one. So I started getting like a bunch of pairs, and then once I moved to the Montreal store, I started to get exposed to other brands.
Amazing.
From seeing like people walking in the store. So I noticed this very heavy Nike and Jordan presence,
Yeah.
and I kind of just decided to stick to my own thing for
Sick.
originality, right? So it's a good buddy of mine in Montreal once told me like exclusivity used to be in the past, right? And to be original had this very important meaning inside of me. So I was just really sticking to my guns and avoiding the noise around me.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, and just over the years, like I started to identify myself a lot more to these products, and
Amazing.
I became this brand loyalist over
Yeah.
time, I guess.
Yeah.
Christian, what about you? What attracted you to the swoosh
What attracted me to the swoosh?
over everything else?
I guess it was just from the.
You look surprised every time I look at you to give you a question. Like you're not part of this podcast. Like I'm not about to interview you.
You want me to answer a question now?
Just fascinated with Alice's stories and
Trust me.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm
so
listening to
awesome.
the sneaker podcast
Yeah.
while you're talking right now. Like I have to press pause to talk to you guys.
early on, I dabbled in all kinds of different brands, from like Brooks to like Adidas and even like
jeez.
tracks and stuff from like
Yeah.
Byway,
That was
Velcro
pre
straps,
Walmart.
Yeah, I guess, and then it was seeing my first Jordans, seeing my first pair of Jordans. That's what really got me into the brand.
What were those? Do you remember?
Well, first of all, like my younger brother owned a pair before me. Okay,
Oh, jeez.
he got sick, sadly from like leukemia at an early age, and then we were into shoes at the time, but like to cheer him up, we got him a pair of Jordans.
Amazing.
Yeah, so
Amazing.
it was totally they became his favorite shoe, the military fours.
Hey.
So like 89.
I want a pair of those bad, and apparently they might drop next year.
Yeah.
I'm hoping. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, and then I guess this swoosh, and it was mostly Jordan in particular. High school, grade 9. I don't know if you guys went to Camp Olympia, but like it's like a camp you guys go to, like an orientation for like 3 days in grade 9.
No.
No, never
Anyway,
even heard
we
of
did
it.
that. We did that back then. way back in my day. And then there was these two guys going at it. One of them was wearing the black cement 4s, and the other guy was wearing the white cement 4s. And I was at the fence, just like, I didn't care about the game. I was like,
Just watching the shoes.
yeah, I've never seen them before, because where I grew up in a different part of town where I was like the only Filipino guy, right? And then I moved to Scarborough, and it was like predominantly Filipino
Yeah.
men, right? And I was but so these two guys were going at it in Jordans, and I've never seen them before, and I was just like, oh my god, the white shoes. I was So that's basically how
Yeah.
yeah.
Being so
Cartoon
OG
Switch.
to the game, you've obviously had your fair share of camping. Do you have like a memorable story?
See, I resent that word when I'm referred to as an OG. It's like I'm an OG by default because of my age.
Yes.
Correct.
OG to us.
Yeah. You know what? Surprisingly, not too many people know this. I have never camped out for a pair of shoes.
Oh, sorry, Mr.
My
Plant.
bad.
Until
Do you want to share?
until like last year.
No way.
Yeah.
What the?
Crazy.
Isn't that wild?
Wow.
Shit's
What was it for?
twisted
What was
now.
it for? What was the one shoe that you needed to camp for after all these years?
It was for the top 3 gold toe ones at the Jordan.
Oh, so very recent.
Yeah.
Holy.
Wow.
Like very, very
December
recent.
or
yeah,
yeah.
like November or something.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
very, very recent.
Why did you feel the need to camp for those?
because of the state of the game now, how hard it is to get stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I was like not really feeling like paying retail. And then the chance to get them that were supposed to be only released at that
Complex
Con.
Yeah.
So it got the juices going.
There you
and then
go.
I actually got a buddy to come with me. Shout out to Jay Stees.
Mm.
And then, yeah,
Jeez.
so we went down and it was probably one of the worst experiences.
Oh no.
Not a fun
yeah,
time.
and I told myself I wouldn't do it again.
Did you get a
because
pair,
we
though?
did not score.
Oh damn.
It was a real
How long was the camp?
gong show.
Yeah.
It was a gong show. We were there in time to get a pair, but then by the time, we're finding the guy comes out with a list, and all of a sudden it's like these guys are on the list first. It's like where did this list?
Yeah,
Right.
bro. No. Welcome to camping out
Yeah.
in Toronto. Yeah.
Right. And
Anyone who
then-
works at sneaker retail knows about
Yes.
the
And then they
list.
treat us like boot camps. Like, no, you guys gotta stay within this parameter right here, and like stay straight in line, back against the wall, whatever. And it's just like,
against the wall.
no, serious. It
Hands
was like,
on hands in your
Are you serious?
Turn your pockets inside out.
This is how it actually is. I was shocked.
That's
you know?
bonkers.
Apparently they've improved a lot since.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot more
hear.
organized, but just surprising that coming
Yeah.
from JB and disappointing. And then, so we didn't know how many there were, but we had an idea. And then we were like 60th,
That's not too bad for Jordan Store.
right?
Not horrible.
But then when they started handing out the tickets at like 7:00, and they only gave out 50, so we were just like, worst, yeah, worst.
Like Jack.
They could have said something.
So I don't really have any good lineup stories,
It's
camp
okay.
out stories.
That was that
Way
was
to bring
good
up a
enough.
demon.
That was good enough in my heart.
Alex, have you ever camped?
Um,
Sorry, I didn't.
No, it's cool. That was
camped.
actually
Well, maybe I don't know if you guys will consider camp.
Not camping in the forest. Like,
No, but it was
not
like
waiting in your office with
fade
your
to
phone out.
camping.
It was a 3. I waited. Okay, I'm gonna sound very, very lame. So it's in 2016, I believe. It was in the period where our shoes were dropping and then disappearing in a matter of like 5 minutes.
yeah.
So Adidas.
Adidas.
Ooh,
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
minus
I'll
1
make
point.
up for it. Don't worry.
Consortium was doing what they called the World Tour.
Yeah.
So they had like shoes with different collaborators from different cities. So there was this EQT. It was a EQT cushion, EQT support cushion. I'm fucking up the name. So sorry. Basically with Foot Patrol in the
Okay.
UK
Ooh,
that was
yes.
coming out. And for some reason, in my head, I was convinced that it was going to fly off because it was at that moment where
Everything
the shoes at my
is
stores
selling.
were
Yeah.
flying off like momentarily, like it was done. So only OTH got them because OTH is a consortium account
Yep.
in Montreal. So I'm trying to pull some strings. There's nothing I can do.
No strings.
So I'm
to
like,
pull.
okay, I'll legitimately need to go there in the morning and
Yeah.
figure it out. So it's probably the most stressful thing ever I have to go through because I'm like, I know like there's probably only one of them. They're super, and I'm flipping and I'm making all of these scenarios.
Hyping
and
yourself
Yes.
up. Yeah.
So I get there, it's like 8 a.m. There's no one outside. I'm like, perfect. So I park my car around the corner. I go to Starbucks, and all of a sudden I'm starting flipping because I'm like, am I gonna be second in line by the time I just grab a coffee? Right? And It was cute. Like I had packed like an extra sweater. I was reading at that time. For the first time I was reading the Tao of Wu. So like I had my Wu-Tang book and like my headphones and my coffee.
Do you have a chair?
No, I was just like standing, like I leaned on the door, and then the funny thing is like it's most of my staff to go to work. They walk by, right? So they're like, "Oh, Alex, what are you doing there?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm waiting for the store to open because I'm trying to grab like these shoes." And they're like, "Why the fuck are you there so early?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't know. Like it's right. It's like it's a dope shoe, right?" And no one like got it. And then the first OTH employee pulls up and she's like, "You looking for something?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm here to grab the foot patrols." And she's like, "Oh, okay."
Lock the door.
So like, and I guess they come earlier, just like every retailer does. And I still wait. Like I waited like a solid 3 hours outside, and there was like literally no one. But I mean, I got to breathe some fresh air and spend some time outside, read a few more pages of my book, and listen to some good beats. And got inside, got my pair with no problem, right?
Nice.
But
Best
sad
camp ever.
story is that it was in the time where I thought it was a size 9. So I even went and sized down. So I got an 8.5. Yeah. I ended up selling them to a friend that was like a size 9 just recently, and he was very happy. So, yes.
So now we're now
That's
on
probably
a
the
hunt.
biggest L of my life.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you and Christian are tied on that one.
It sucks, but I know they're not selling for crazy on eBay. I'm
So if
just
you want it
you'll get a
eventually.
pair.
yeah. I'm just waiting for the right
Sick.
I'm just waiting to figure out my life and my size.
How long have you been with Adidas for?
8 years now.
8 years.
8 long
Damn.
years.
So and you started in their outlets.
Yes, like in an outlet store, like outside of the city. Yeah.
That's incredible. What is your opinion on the current state of the Yeezys?
We're looking at an interesting state in terms of sneakers in general. What's happening right now in the popularity for Yeezy is a reflection of everything that's happening now, right?
Yep.
And it's something that's something that you'll see in different kind of waves and moments. Like we saw it like 2015 to 2017. Everyone
for
does like
sure.
a Nike head.
crazy.
All of a sudden became
Huge Adidas head.
yeah. All of a sudden.
3 Stripes Gang.
Loyalist.
Totally like quick,
No boost,
sure.
no buy.
right? So there was like a shift there, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like the world of sneaker like caught up to a speed that no one can even keep up with, right? I think we can all agree.
Yeah.
Right now, I think there's a lot of like people that are becoming very specific in their tastes, and there's also a good chunk of people that are just like bandwagoners. But
Yeah.
that's something that's always been, and there will always be bandwagoners.
We call them hype beasts.
Yes.
In English.
No, en français.
I from being close to the brand and like living in the store for a very long time, I can still confirm that there is a big hype and enthusiasm. What I like about the fact that it seems like it's slowing down for the general public is that in the meantime, there are still some people that are officially still loving the shoe for what it is, right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
So, less noise, more room for the right attention to give to the product.
Yeah.
And I'm happy about it.
For the loyalists.
And the casual
Yeah,
consumer too, even.
Yeah, that's it.
For sure.
Because Yeezy said he wanted everyone to have a pair. So if
Done.
he
That's what he
keeps,
said.
yeah,
Right?
it's getting
At
to
this
the point
point.
where, like a casual consumer has a way better opportunity. And that's who has been asking for so long, like working in sneaker retail, like people come in 365 days a year asking, do you guys have any Yeezys?
Yeah.
And it's
You're, like,
getting to
shaking
the
your
point,
head and-
yeah,
yeah.
it's getting to the point where it's not like a crazy question anymore.
Yeah,
like,
that's
actually
it.
a pair just got returned the other day. Yeah. Like, yeah.
I think if there's any indication though, like the Wave Runner, like he wore them, right?
Yeah.
So as long as he puts anything on his feet,
True.
it
sells,
it sells
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
He's got
But
that power.
very happy about the shift into designs and like the way it's going, like the
Like
blush,
that, yeah.
the Wave Runner, any shoe that he's coming out with at this point, I'm like a big fan of
Chunky dad
because we're going back to this. We're going back to this like 90s aesthetic with more
Yes.
construction. So
And that's all you.
yeah, that's all me.
Yeah.
So like I was one of those bandwagoners when the Belugas came out. I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit, like,
Might as well.
might as well, right? So
sure.
it happened, and then I fell in love with the V2s. So I got every single V2 I could possibly get. I don't have them all, but every single one I could get, I got it, right? But no, definitely like Wave Runner, Blush, V2 700 that are rumored to drop and all that stuff. Like I'm a big fan of.
Does the V2 need to slow down in your opinion, or keep it coming?
It could keep coming. For me, it's the matter of like just putting out a color that's going to interest me
Solid
at this
colorways,
point.
yeah.
True.
Yeah. Like I'm like major olive boy. So like if
Trust me, yeah.
if he could just come out with an olive, I'd be
full
very
olive
happy,
would be
right?
sick, yeah.
And at that given point in time, it's going to be a matter of like when it drops. If there's anything in my radar at this point,
Yeah.
and if I actually fuck with the color, you know,
True.
I can't lie. The next 3 colorways that are coming out, like the super neutral, tonal.
yeah,
Earthy.
Yeah, I'm quite a big fan of them. Quite a big fan.
yeah, because I love gum soles too. Like,
Yeah.
gum soles is a big seller for me.
Yeah.
So it's like he just happens to put gum soles on everything. Like,
He knows.
This is for Suji. Yes. Christian,
Yes.
you were part of a 306 Young panel.
Oh, yes.
true.
Let me bring back
that
the
thing?
good memories for you.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Crazy.
That happened because in Portland at the Jumpman store at JB, someone there was talking to Jazz and saying, "Hey,
Shout
Shout
out.
outs to Buddha.
Yep.
Buddha 23 Jazz," and they said, "Hey, we're opening up a store in Toronto, and we're thinking of doing some events for it as well as some podcasts and interviews and stuff like that.
Sick.
So, do you know anyone who you would recommend?" And so, it was me initially.
You were number 1.
Absolutely number 1.
My
Right? In the presence of royalty, guys.
It was me.
I shouldn't even be looking at you while I talk to you.
eyes down.
So he DM'd me and he was just like, "This is what's going on, and I want to know your opinion on some people that I think are I'm going to choose to do it." And it was me, Ink and Money, Grail Status, and T. Linz.
Yep.
I believe.
Scholar?
Yeah, Sean Collar too was on there.
Schollard was Sean Schollard was a late surprise edition.
Oh, that's
Nice.
sick.
Yes, because it was. I mentioned him.
Yep.
I said, "What about Sean Scott? Wouldn't it be so dope if we had him?" Because I mean, who else represents it better? Like
Yeah.
he
For real,
he literally
like, the
lived
most
it.
OG.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he literally lived it. Played in his J's the whole 9,
Word.
and he was just like, "I know. It's just thing is, he's from Montreal, so I got to pitch it to them. And then,
Oh, because they were trying for the whole Toronto born bred aesthetic. Yeah, I feel you.
exactly,
Yeah,
yeah. So, when he found out, when I told him about it, I said, "Listen, buddy, I'm pushing for you to come in. Is there any way you'll be
Sick.
able to make it to the opening?" And he's just like, "You're
Sick.
joking me." And then,
That's
I'll
amazing.
take an Uber right now.
yeah. He's just like, "Oh my god, that'd be so amazing!" And then he DM'd me later on, and he said that he got the call, and then
That's
so
sick.
That's amazing.
we formed a chat prior to, and we were all geeking out together. It was called the 4 Horsemen, 4 Horsemen and the Queen.
That's hilarious.
Taylor.
Amazing.
When I was
Taylor.
when I was designing the flyer for Soul Exchange's last event where we were all at, and then all the Jumpman crew was there.
Yeah.
Young Jaffe was like, "What should I just Jumpman All Stars?" And I was like, "That's the crew name, huh?" And he's like, "Yeah, let's just go with that."
Yeah,
That was sick.
That was probably one of the highlights of my sneaker collecting
Career?
It was just such a rush. It was
Yeah.
such a rush, and leading up to it, it was so much excitement. And then we all got together, had breakfast and stuff prior
Sick.
to. It was just a memorable day.
You
for
can tell
sure.
that the bond that you guys made through that one experience alone was enough to make you guys like
sure.
a solid family.
Yeah.
For sure. It's a life thing with
It's
us
sweet.
now, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you guys got black motorsport force.
White motorsport or black?
It was the white one.
It was the
Oh,
white.
was it white?
Yeah, it was the
I
white
remember.
one.
Sorry. Whatever, man. Whatever, man. Anyways, moving along. So Christian, staying with you.
Mhm.
What was it? Was it last episodes we talked about GRs?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember you having a post and the caption had something along the lines of you can't like say you love sneakers if you haven't like loved GRs type of thing. Do you
Yeah.
remember saying that?
I do vaguely recall saying that.
What is your is that a sentiment of yours that you still hold to heart?
Yes, because like the state of the game now, I'm not even bitter about it, but it's just like people,
Maybe a little. Just a
Yeah,
little
it's
bit.
just
Yeah,
slightly,
a little
but
bit,
I can honestly see how it's going. How like kids don't really have like an opinion.
Yeah.
It seems like they can't really decide. It's like they let social media and influencers decide, or
Yeah.
their friends.
Yeah.
It's like they can't just walk into a store and say, "Yo, I like that pair of shoes
Yeah.
right there. I'm gonna cop them right now." It has to be like, "What do you think of these? What do you guys think?"
Post it
of
on
these?
Snapchat.
Word.
Yeah.
Should I buy these?
Yes, with the poll. The
I
whole nine.
hate that
With the
question.
poll.
Copper
mean-
drop.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess
Drop
that's
kick
that's
your
where that
face.
comes from, and I'm just glad that someone like my son. I think I raised him pretty well. That he can just go to a sneaker event and like he just chooses like Cardinal 7s from that last
Yeah.
Jeez.
Soul Exchange. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I think I raised you well. Like
I like you. You can stay.
yeah, you chose that
let
on
me
your
high
own.
five
You
myself
thought
one
that was a dope shoe, and like, your friends thought it wasn't, but you just said, I don't care what you
cares?
guys
Yeah.
think. And
Yeah.
I was like, all right. But
And then he's gonna get made fun of by wearing Cardinal 7s. They're gonna call him CanadaGotSole.ca.
Amazing.
I actually want to know Alex's take on that too, because like Adidas hype in the past 4 years has been like nuts. And like for a while it was like every NMD was selling out, every Ultra Boost was selling out. Like, what do you think of that whole thing and how some of them are sitting now and they weren't before? Like, what's your take on the whole like vibe with that kind of stuff?
Are they talking to you? The shoes? To be
You're
honest,
asking me?
yeah. Are they? Do you feel like? Are they colored that are talking to you right now? Like the ones that are like sitting?
I was never a huge NMD guy. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
But no, not really.
So, if they're not talking to you, they're not talking to a lot of other people, right?
True story.
That's how I see it. It's kind of like the same wavelength as what we're talking about with Yeezy. It's are we still talking to the same kid?
Yeah.
Are we still talking to that same generation, if we could say, like, even though like it was fairly short?
Yeah.
I think it's just a phase now where people were begging for more. Like
Yeah, I know what you
I
mean.
remember
Yeah.
having to handle so many conversations at store level with people that were like hearing some things on the internet, like, oh, there's 25 pairs of this shoe on LDoggyStyles.ca. It's complete garbage and blah blah
course,
blah.
yeah.
So people ask for something, you give it to them, and then they don't want it anymore. So
They want what they can't have.
yeah, so I think we're looking at kind of like the reverse effect. It's kind of the same with Jordan, right? Like
Right.
a few years
Yep.
ago,
For
it was like
sure.
People begged for more.
people begged for
better
more.
quality.
They got
hated
more.
it. Yeah.
And then Jordan were quote unquote sitting,
They are still a
right?
lot of them. Yeah.
And then for all the other like more prestigious, iconic retros, they lowered the digits, and all of a sudden they create ruckus again.
yeah.
Right? So that's just interesting to see how consumers work in
Yeah.
that sense, because it could flip tomorrow morning, right?
For real,
The waves could just like crash and then boom, create another movement in a matter of a second. So I just think it follows the proper wave of the moment,
Yeah.
right? So
It's the hype beast culture right now.
Yeah.
Like you said, yeah. If it's not limited, people don't want it.
Yep.
Because there's so many collabs and limited releases that like the GRs just get like swept under the rug.
exactly,
Kind of thing. Yeah.
Hype or nothing. Hype or nothing.
Can we actually blame those people? I don't think so.
No.
You know,
No,
like it's
absolutely not.
I even said it. I think I said it last week. I was like, if it's between a super limited drop or a GR, I'm gonna pick the super limited drop because
try
I
to
can get the
get-
GR 3 weeks later and it's still gonna be there. So I don't know. I'm the same way.
But
They're just hitting it with us with so much though lately.
yeah, it's like
it's too many
every
options.
weekend is something. Yeah, like look at this weekend kicks, last weekend, this weekend, next weekend kicks.
Yeah.
It's like nonstop. Yeah,
there was a point in time though where like GRs, more specifically Adidas GRs, like the Stance Adidas GRs were flying off shelves. Like there was a point where I was still working at Foot Locker and Stan Smiths were coming back, and literally every restock we'd
and
be
Superstars
resold.
too.
Yeah,
White black
and it was
Superstars, yeah.
it was stupid. And that's a GR.
Yeah,
Adidas has had that shoe out
since what year?
oh my god,
forever.
a very long time. And
Beginning of time.
the early 70s.
Yeah.
I just don't want to put my finger
My
on the
dad, my
exact
dad had a
notes.
pair of Stan
Yeah.
Smiths. So.
Yeah, and there was like a full year where like you could not keep those on your shelves,
Yep.
and it was just like
Yeah.
Crazy.
that was the hypest shoe of life, and it was literally a white shoe with a green tab or a blue tab,
It's nuts,
And that's it.
because like
and it was clean. Like, but
it was the best re-intro to market ever.
100%.
Like I remember working at the outlet in 2011, and we got a shipment of we're getting stands, like a fuck ton of them, and I'm like, holy crap! Like you never get the classics at the
Yeah.
outlet, right? Because
Yeah.
they're sitting full price in and full price door, and I go to my manager and I'm like, why did what's wrong? And he's like, I don't know, and they're like red tag on sale, and I'm like, whoa, like something's wrong, right? And then all of a sudden, the Stan Smith disappears, disappear, 100%, like disappear, like non-existing, and we start to have people coming in the store, and then and they're just asking, they're like, oh, do you guys have Stan Smith? And we're like, no, we actually don't have Stan Smith, and I guess I was not connected enough to ask the proper question to the proper person, so
Yeah.
I was not aware at all.
What was going
And
on?
I got to the Montreal store, and now working at Originals, everyone is asking for Stan Smith, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And all of a sudden, you see, I think it's the late 2013, beginning of 14. You see like
That
those
sounds about
like.
right.
You see like that zoomed in photo on Instagram of like the tab,
Yeah.
and it says Stan is back.
yep.
And then they put it on like all the
I remember
huge
that.
fashion girls and
Yeah.
the bloggers and all that stuff,
All
and
the
it-
influencers.
and it's on Paris Fashion Week,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and all of a sudden the phone starts ringing, and everyone's like,
And Pharrell banged heavy on that promotion
yes,
too. I
as
remember
well,
that.
yeah.
I remember that.
and it's going hard. Like, do you have Stan Smith? Do you have Stan Smith? No, we don't have Stan Smith, but they're coming back. We don't know when. We don't know like how many pairs and whatnot, and blah blah blah.
Suji was holding all the size 9s.
No, and I remember when they first reintroduced the original, I was not even able to scoop a pair for myself because we sold out that
crazy?
first morning.
Yeah.
We sold out that first morning, and we were like, "Holy shit!" And then at some point, same thing happened for Superstars. Once Pharrell had the super color with the 50
Yes.
colors,
Yeah.
and then Super Shell and all that stuff. Like you started to see like Superstars flying off.
The power of the proper marketing
Yeah.
and promotion.
I think so, but it's also like it's sharing such a heavy message,
Oh,
right?
for
It's
sure.
like, it's
history.
It's history, right? Although maybe not at the current state in
Yeah.
your collection right now, but I'm sure all of you guys at least own one pair of Stan or Superstar.
Yep.
I
Right.
need to.
Yeah, I
All of
started
the above.
off
Right,
on
so-
shell toes, man.
You have to, right? It's this thing. Maybe like listeners and the younger generation doesn't jump on that stuff just yet.
Yeah.
But just the fact that you're still talking to so many generation with the same exact fucking product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
50 years later or whatever.
It's
amazing.
crazy, and
Yeah.
it still talks to that same consumer, and it also talks. They also figure out like a way to talk to every single generation. That's, that's
staple,
crazy. Yeah.
So you love the fact that Adidas is bringing back the classics.
I love it. I love it because it's also my favorite like stuff to dance in.
Yeah.
So I break in Superstars like
Yeah.
95% of the time.
He means break dance.
break dancing.
For those who are unaware.
B-boy. B-boy.
Is that your Toronto accent?
No, I don't know what this is. It's just me trying to blend in.
You don't have to try.
I'm
Been
actually
here since
French.
Monday,
so, like,
guys.
yeah.
He's
We
picking
love
up,
you.
picking
We
up
love
on
you
it.
He's picking up already.
All right. Some easy questions for you guys. You were already talking about silhouettes and things. What is your favorite silhouette? Alex, we'll start with you.
This is a constant evolutionary stage.
Just fluctuates.
Yes. One of my favorite, we'll just keep it at that, is ZX 8000, the original Aqua colorway.
I feel like
Modern-
that's the one I know you most for.
Yes,
Yeah.
I kind of made it a thing, like
for sure.
when I first originally got them, and so now I currently have 2 pairs. I'm very happy about that.
Crazy.
And also the original AQT support colorway.
Nice.
Yeah, the OG.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sick. Christian.
That's a really tough one, but like if I were to break it down into 3 different categories, if I may.
Go for it. we break it down to 10.
Yeah.
Just because we can't decide.
So for Jordans, it has to be the Jordan 3, especially because of the Lazy
Yeah.
2, and like the Black Cement 3 for me is the number 1 shoe of all time. So, and then there's yeah, that's
Bees
It's
up.
the Brampton.
Put that shit down.
B for black cement, baby.
I'm really happy I have the red foam thing cover on my microphone instead of you.
Yeah, and then I love the Air Max 90s, and I love me a pair of Dunks. Just
And
Nice.
dunk.
Just dunk.
Yeah.
Those are your 3.
those are my 3. Yeah.
Outside of Swoosh and Jumpman.
I think New Balance.
Yeah.
Don't have a hell of a lot of them.
Yeah.
But I know the craftsmanship and the way they feel, and I know I'm probably sooner going to be mall walking.
You're gonna be one of the titos in the mall, bro.
This guy.
They're going to be like mall walking shoes.
Let me know. I'll be there with you, dog.
There you go.
Lawrence ready? Suji, I'm going to flip this question to you too.
Okay.
What's your favorite silhouette? He's shaking his head. What's your favorite silhouette outside of Adi? Can you answer that? Are you
Yeah,
allowed?
of course.
Okay,
We'll
cool.
bleep it.
Of course. I'm allowed my own taste, right?
Yes, you
I
are.
would say Gel Light 3s from Asics.
Nice.
I was heavy on 574 New Balance for a while.
Heard that
Are they
story.
good to
And-
dancing?
Yes. Yeah. I mentioned the story
Great
a
story.
while back.
Oh, and the
on the
sneaker pod.
pod. Yeah.
Nice.
It's a very cool time. And then probably Silver Bullets 97.
Wow, that surprises me.
Yeah.
Nice.
I remember last year when I came to Montreal, I wore them and you were like, fuck, I love those.
Yeah, they're very nice.
Yeah.
It's a very
That's
nice shoe.
amazing.
It's very it's super
They all
appealing.
they all share a similar aesthetic, and then they're similar to what you're into now. So it's
Yeah.
not surprising
Mhm. No.
when you think about it. Yeah, nice.
Prized possessions.
Meaning?
Your most coveted pairs, whether it's sentimental or value or what have you.
Probably my 8000 Aqua. Probably. 'Cause it's
Both of them.
Yeah, both of them. That and ZX 8000 Emperors from the Star Wars drop.
For the,
Oh no.
God.
And it's still in the thing, right?
Still in the thing, yeah. I got them off. Actually, I got
Looked
them
at me
off
like,
a guy
you feel something, Alan. You feel something.
from Ontario on eBay.
Sick.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Shout
I
out to
didn't-
the nice Ontario.
I don't know who he
Another
was
one.
from, but like I messaged him after because I paid like $120 for them. What? And the other pair on
Amazing.
eBay was like $900.
Holy
Yeah.
crap.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
And I believe it's I think it's a J-Lozon.
Oh,
Oh,
dude.
oh,
I
sick.
think I think he sent me like the link from eBay, and he's like, I think you're gonna be
Want this.
interested.
So you need
Is it a
that.
size 9?
Yeah, 9.5. 9.5. So
I just remembered last year when I worked at SVP, I sold you a pair before
Yes.
we even knew each other. I think it was an 8.5.
size 8.
It's an 8.
yeah.
Oh my God.
But they were like a insane leather quality.
They fit huge
they fit
too,
huge.
but
yeah.
like still,
yeah,
a size 8. I remember
Yeah.
hitting you up. We didn't even know each other.
yeah, it was
And I
super
just,
nice.
yeah, I didn't even, like, I knew you were friends with Chris. I don't think we followed each other.
No.
And I just DM'd you. I was like, yo, I know you're huge in Adidas, and we have these, like, super cheap, I don't even know what they are.
Made in
ZXs.
Germany.
Made in Germany, deerskin.
leather, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Those
At my store for
crazy.
$50. I was like, do you want a pair? And you're like, yeah. What size do you have? I'm like, 8.
Perfect. I'm like done. Like,
Done. Fits like a glove. I'll take 5.
yeah.
Christian, what about you? What are your prized possessions in your collection?
I'd have to say number 1 would have to be the Lance Mountain that my daughter
knew
made.
it.
Yeah,
I
it's just-
knew it.
So good.
It just, it's not even really about like what's on it. it's the
This
fact
is the
that,
sentimentality.
Yeah, that my daughter
sure.
did it for, and
Suji, do you know about this Lance Mountains?
No.
So the Lance Mountain Jordan 1 is the first collaboration between Jumpman and Nike SB,
Okay.
the skateboard line. So the story behind it is that Lance Mountain used to buy Jordan 1s to skateboard in,
Dope.
and he would spray paint them just so he could be original and outside of the basketball players who'd rock the
Amazing.
Jordan 1s.
Amazing.
And the shoe when you purchase it, and you're meant to skate in it, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
The top layer, so it's all white. It was either all white or all black, and the top layer of paint, when you skate in it or scrape it away, it reveals
Yes, I heard about
a
that.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
one shoe is
Yeah.
a bread, so black and red. Sorry,
I'm sure he
Stollard.
knows Brad.
Yeah.
And one shoe. No, this is for Sean Collard.
Oh,
He doesn't like bread. And the other shoe would reveal a royal. Yeah. So
So
broil, as we
yeah.
call it.
Royal.
Royal, yeah.
so Christian's
man, Sean's gonna hate
daughter,
this.
Christian's daughter, customized it for you,
she did
She was like
and she
acetone.
killed it.
Yeah.
with acetone.
Acetone, yeah. Like
so
revealed the colors underneath, right?
basically.
She did the black pair for you.
No, I only have the white.
Oh,
pair.
okay.
Yeah,
Wow. That's
Yeah,
cool.
she killed it.
Very nice.
She also did a pair for Buddha.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Okay,
Those are
okay.
sick, too.
Yes.
Yeah,
So that's why I became number 1 on his list for the
Yeah.
Jumpman.
I think I remember seeing that in the social medias. I think I remember that.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, so
sick.
that's probably the pair that, like, if ever anyone's going to ask me, it's like, I want to be buried. I want to be buried in those for sure.
Nice.
That's amazing.
Knock on wood.
What are you knocking on wood for? Oh, okay, yeah.
Death.
God forbid. God forbid. All right, so we have a swoosh heavy guy. We have a 3 stripes heavy guy. I don't want to cause any ruckus or anything, but what are your guys' thoughts on the whole swoosh versus Addy thing? And I want this to be the most biased, wholehearted, whatever comes to mind thoughts.
You want to be like brutal honesty?
Yeah, go for
kill
it,
it.
please.
No, it's gonna be boring. I do not have an opinion about that.
Good.
Like
Cool. That's respectable.
I'm brutally sitting at a neutral stage where you actually wear what you want. You
And
have
You
interest
just
in what
kind of respect the game for what it is.
Yes, it's amazing. It's beautiful.
And the players, I
Yes.
hear you.
It's beautiful.
I hear you.
To each their own. And like Joe, you seem to be like savvy in the b-boy world. So like
Yeah.
there's like
You can headspin.
there's like different approaches to dance. Like some b-boys
sure.
I don't necessarily prefer. Some b-boys I find super fresh, right? And it's like it's art. It's subjective. You can look at a white painting with a red dot on it and call it art. Someone else is gonna call it a mistake, right?
Yeah.
So it's
Oh, I tripped.
it's style and taste are like
God damn.
style and taste are like super subjective
For sure.
and loyalty is something you don't necessarily choose. It's something that's inside of you, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So
Kind of just comes upon you.
yeah. So
Yeah.
if you rock J's and Nikes, like good for you, man. Like if you know what if you know what you like,
Yeah.
good for you, man.
You actually
Absolutely.
know what
Yeah.
you
Yes,
like.
Yeah.
good for you.
Yeah.
Like amazing, awesome. Like we're gonna have a much better dialogue if I talk to someone that's actually into something for the good reasons,
Yeah.
over just someone that's like jumping back and forth.
Yep.
Damn.
100.
Yeah.
I couldn't have asked for a better answer.
Christian, do you want to answer or just like,
That was so Miss Universe.
Yeah, right.
yeah.
No follow up, Christian.
I honestly, I used to be a little bit jaded. I used to be a little bit
Me too.
jaded.
I can't lie.
Between the two,
Until I left Nike.
Mostly at Kanye, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah?
I used to have a really big thing with Kanye.
Like a good big thing or a bad big
Or
thing?
like
And
as
a
soon as-
bad thing.
Oh,
So
we had a bad thing
he
with
left
him.
Nike and you were like, fuck you.
No,
Kanye.
it wasn't even about that. It was like his shoes jumped over the jump, man. I was like, what?
Oh, that.
That's
whole
not
thing.
allowed.
Yeah. So no, because like when he was with Nike and he came up with his first ones, and then his first shoe alone, his were worth more than like 99% of the J's.
Yeah.
Just like my collection just went like. I was like, really? This artist? Like, okay, I love his music. And then he went to Adidas, and it's like, okay, still a little jaded, but lately it's all been about a different mind shift for me. Whereas, going off of what Alex was saying, it's like, you know what? If you're gonna be a hype beast, just friggin' go hype beast hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's
Don't
like,
pretend.
Don't
Yeah.
pretend.
Own
yeah.
it.
exactly. So if you're gonna be into it, whatever. I mean, we're gonna be able to spy you out because you're gonna be wearing Adidas track pants and Nike shoes. So we all know who the real true heads are. Right? But it's like
Tiro pants.
I'm not gonna hate on it. I'm not gonna knock anyone because it just it's
I try
actually
not to
beautiful-
hate those guys.
Yeah, but
try.
it's
I don't
a
even
good
try
thing.
anymore.
It's a good thing though to get everyone into it, and if sneakers can bring people together, then that's all that matters. So
Brought six.
I love it.
Six pretty
Yep.
cute people out tonight. So
I'd say, Lawrence, you're such a loser. All right, what keeps you guys into sneakers?
oh man.
Always punning
pass
it
it
off.
off.
To Alex.
Well, I have an issue, right? Like, I have
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
He's twitching right now.
he hasn't bought any in 3 hours.
He's actually going through his phone on eBay just to see what his auctions are ending.
For me, it is the desire of constantly renewing myself. It's
Holy shit!
it's to have like it's
the answers.
it's the new feel all the time, right?
What's your first language?
Hang on.
I can't imagine if this
Japanese.
was in French. Like,
Some deep shit.
holy crap!
Can you write a book, please?
No, but it's you. I don't know how you guys go about undesing shoes, right? I don't know if you pop the tag prior to put it on.
Like, he
Oh, I
doesn't
seen
put
your
tags.
videos.
But
Yeah.
I
love
for me,
that.
it's like it's
a
almost
ritual.
like it's a ritual. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like
Amazing.
coffee in the morning. It's so if I could have a fresh pair of shoes on every single goddamn day, I would probably have a fresh pair of shoes on every goddamn day. But it's the feel that you get from stepping out the door, first step outside,
Nothing
you
like
know,
it.
and
Nothing like
All of us are like, preach.
Yeah.
and it's-
Amen.
and
Yeah.
now I'll be very honest again, sneaker culture through social media and just the fact that I met Lawrence.
You forgot my name.
No, I was wondering if I was gonna say LDoggy or Lawrence, but I met you
one is
last year in person for the first time in like what 3 years,
Yeah,
let's
probably.
say,
Yeah.
and we've all been interacting on social media for so long.
Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
just happened to be here for work and it's like, I have a meeting super early tomorrow. It's like midnight and I'm sitting here with you guys, right?
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine.
I had to go watch
No, but-
Deadpool.
But it's like, I'm sitting here with you guys because we are connected through this freaking sneaker stupid thing, right?
Yeah.
We're like,
shoes.
we're just,
Fucking shoes.
we all have like, major like issues.
Yeah.
Right. And we're all
see
here.
therapists.
Yes.
My wife is upstairs like, got
Trying
that
to-
right.
Trying to sleep and she hears,
Shoes.
No, so yeah, it's so that's the other factor that's just like it's keeping me in because it's so cool.
Amazing.
It's just so
Definitely.
cool. You get
Yeah.
to connect with some
the community.
yeah.
That's what it is, man.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Yeah, like the story I love to tell is the first time I met Calby, friend of the show, really good
Just
friend of everybody,
Calby,
just
yeah.
Calby.
I was
He's
just
a-
with him last week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you were
was
just
gonna
with him
say,
last week,
sick.
but like I was friends with him on Instagram. We actually met through the CanadaGotSole hashtag like years ago. And the first time I ever met him, I was picking him up from the Toronto airport because he was spending a week at my house.
Oh wow.
Well, and that was the
Yeah.
week we first met him.
Yeah.
All four
yeah.
of Canada.
But like literally the first night I met him was because I was picking him up because I was like, don't get a hotel, just stay with me.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Like I love
crazy.
that aspect
Family.
of the sneaker
It's
community.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like Cal, I've seen him last year when we all met up in
Yeah, when
Montreal.
we all came, yeah.
And then super surprised. I was not supposed to go to SneakerCon and I ended up going. And one of the deal breaker was we found out super last minute that Cal was coming as a
Cal
surprise.
coming, yeah.
And I saw him on Saturday morning. Like we bumped into each other, like stepping out and in and out the con. And it was like,
Fireworks.
brother, like it was like, whoa, like, you know, like it's super organic or even all of you guys are
Yeah.
super welcoming and like it's, and you're just like, what the fuck is wrong? Like we
Yeah.
don't know each other.
We don't
Like,
know each other at all.
We don't know
This
each
is actually
other.
the first time I'm meeting Lawrence.
Oh shit. He's been,
I'm a stranger. Yeah.
no, so it's really keeping me, alive in this thing, I'd say.
For sure.
Absolutely.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. It's wild. I mean, we all suffer from like obsessive sneaker disorder.
Yeah.
Wow.
Obviously.
OSD.
OSD.
I didn't know it was diagnosed now.
Not to make t-shirts.
Yeah.
T-shirts.
It's a medical term.
Yeah,
Yeah, Canada Got Soul's gonna patent that. Sorry, bro.
it's crazy. Yeah,
Write
I
it
mean,
down.
like it's gone. Yeah, like feeding off that Alex's stories there. It's like I practically connect with you guys more than I do like some of my family members.
Yeah.
it's like, and it's like we call each other fam. We're
Yeah.
pretty much fam.
Yeah.
right.
Straight
And
up.
I mean, I've met so many people. I've even become like a godfather for their sons and stuff like that. It's like that's how
Wow.
crazy. That's how sneakers connect. us, and
Amazing.
it's what keeps it going. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Nice.
It is getting pretty late. We'll wrap this up.
I have one question. Wait,
I still have more questions, so go for it.
I have a fire round ish kind of question. Oh, you go ahead first.
No.
I'll present it to Dan.
We'll. I have like a good chunk still. So
I thought of it this morning while I was walking to
why
work.
didn't you say you had a fire round question? We could have had that.
Mine doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
If you could pick, like, think
It
right
always
now.
matters. Okay, I'm sorry.
Think in your head right now. Everyone at the table, close your eyes.
No. Go
Of
on.
your of your 5 like most coveted shoes right now in order, would you rather have all 5 of those or your number 1 on that list times 5?
Oh, I'd rather have 5 separate pairs.
Top 5
Yeah.
separate.
All day.
Yeah.
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 Separate.
Yes.
Well, that's
Easy.
a fucking stupid question, apparently.
It's a good thing we didn't
So
use
you
it for
just
fire
have
round.
5 of the one. Is that
I'd
what
rather
you're
have 5 of the one.
saying?
Yeah.
And which
5
one
of
would that
what?
be?
Mags.
Black. Oh.
5 pairs of mags.
5 pairs of mags
every day.
Yes. Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
I'd rather have 5 separate pairs. Yeah, that was a dumb fire round question. I'm joking. I loved it with all my
I'm
heart.
gonna stop being
It's not going to be on the episode, though.
It's already been cut out.
No, you guys need to suggest fire round questions too. I can't do it by myself.
I can't keep doing this,
Yes,
apparently.
you can. Believe in yourself.
Not after that.
You're keeping Alex in the game. What do you guys think of the direction of the world right now? Sneaker world.
Sneaker
Oh
world.
shit! I was like,
I was like, what are you okay,
very poetic right now.
With Alex's answers already, like I wouldn't be
Alex
surprised.
was already gonna write a book.
I'm just hoping for the people to really stay authentic. Like that's really what matters. It's
Stay original.
stay original. And you're-
Adidas original. Okay, I'll stop. I'm sorry.
That's why I said it. Thank
Got you guys. No, but it's just like stay original. Like stay original. Do your own thing. Like
Turn off your mic.
figure out your own shit. Like,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like, figure
You can
yourself
swear
out.
we're 14A.
Yeah, I marked this down for mature audiences.
So I think that the world is, we have amazing tools to stay connected with each other. We have amazing tools to learn about new things, stay aware of like what's going on around the world, staying inspired by other cultures and people and interests. And I think we're just going in a right. The sneaker world it's a bit blurry right now because there's so much going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just hoping for people to get, I hate to say this, but like educated, right?
It's
like,
scary because it doesn't even seem like it's gonna slow down.
Yeah.
Not one bit.
That's it. So at this point, you just have to be smart as a sneaker enthusiast and really go for your feelings.
I love that. You were already branching off into my next question, which was advice for new sneakerheads and lovers. Was that it? Just do your best to remain original.
Well, in order to do so, you kind of have to figure some stuff out, right? So
Yourself
you need
out.
you need to give a try to specific things or to work on your strengths and on your weaknesses, if you could say. That's like that could be turned into like the sneaker thing. So the more you try on some stuff and the more like you develop your own tastes by trying on some shoes, you'll curate your tastes around the stuff that actually suits you the best. You feel fresh, you feel comfortable, you like the design, like make yourself some opinions based off like actually
what you feel.
You feel, yes.
Yeah.
Imagine if that's something that I think about a lot. Imagine if Instagram had no captions.
oh shit.
Like
Or no comments.
yeah, or like in French we say une image vaut mille mots.
Well,
A
fuck.
picture of 1,000 words.
A picture worth 1,000 words.
Yeah, exactly. So right?
I like the French one better.
Yeah.
Me too.
L'image vaut mille
Sexy.
mots. So imagine if the only thing you'd see was like purely artistic, right?
Yeah.
You'd have to make yourself your opinion,
For
an
sure.
opinion. There's
Yeah.
no like hashtags. There's no like, there's no descriptions. You
Yeah.
really look at
No one's
something.
saying this is cool. This
This
is
is
not.
cool, this
It's
is
just a
not right.
picture. Yeah.
So
It's
that
just the shoe.
it's literally just the shoe,
Yeah.
right? So
Sick. Alex, jeez, I looked at Christian and said Alex. Christian, the direction of the sneaker world and any advice you have for new sneakerhead lovers.
The direction of the sneaker world, there's still a lot of untapped stuff, a lot of different materials I hear that
Jeez.
have yet
Oh
to
my
be
God.
used.
So scary.
So much creativity out there. There's a lot
Yeah.
of untapped creativity. I think they need to make more outlets for those. I mean, not just like say a pencil, just don't dedicate it to just one school that
Yeah.
Nike's choosing from. Like
Yeah.
there's so many different outlets, that are untapped. And, for aspiring sneakerheads, I think I touched base on it before. If you're gonna do it, I think you should go hard. Go hard.
Yeah.
Go hard or go home.
Choose a path and just run it down.
That's right. And I think the shoe sort of represents who you are, and I think that's how you have to look at it. I mean, and if you're gonna be a fan of like say a Yeezy and you're gonna rock a Yeezy, it's like I want you to tell me at least like 10 of his songs. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna rock like a certain thing, it's like do your homework on it. Know what you're
100%.
wearing. Like believe in it.
Kind of goes with Alex's educate
And
yourself.
don't just
Yeah.
friggin' do it because you saw it on friggin' Pinterest or whatever. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So that's just it.
yeah. Mood boards.
So like I can easily tie that back into like my dancing, for example.
yeah.
So when I started dancing, I was like literally trying. So you're trying to bust out some moves, right? Because you're like that's the wow factor, like the spinning stuff and all that shit.
Yeah. The cool shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you find out about the foundation. So you start learning the foundation,
I
the
love this
basics,
analogy.
and all that stuff. And then you're gonna find the b-boys that inspire you the most. So you're gonna start to like copy them, right? So
Emulate
you're
them.
biting
Yeah,
their
yeah.
style. And then once you find out that you're a fucking biter, you
Make
basically
it your own.
people are like flip it. So you flip it into something that's your own. And then
Sick.
the stronger, the more flexible, the more technique you get, you change, your style evolves, right? And then you bring it into this whole idea of character, flavor, like
Flavor
style,
with an A.
signatures, like signature moves, signature combos, and then you travel, you go places, you meet other b-boys, other cultures. Like and I took classes, or I was able to chill with some people from all around the world when I was a bit younger. I traveled a lot for dancing, and I meet people from Switzerland. As you know, like Switzerland, they have this specific style. You go to the Bronx, or you go to Queens, or you go to Jansen, New York, you're gonna get your ass fucking served because like it's New York, baby.
For
You know.
sure, yeah.
So I had to, as like a as a little tiny dude from Quebec, Montreal, Quebec, parle français. You have to fight against these dudes in New York, so you're getting schooled, right?
Yeah.
So, and this happened pretty much for all around the world. You meet people from places that are not as pretty and pink as where you come
Yeah.
from, like Tugs and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And when they dance, they embody this energy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I can't embody because I'm not this guy.
Yeah.
Right? So you figure out how to inject in your dancing what you actually represent, right? And and you become you. You become your own entity, basically. And it goes, and that's how, like, you take this, flip it 180, stick that into your sneaker world, like path, and then that's pretty much how things should go, right? That's how I see it.
Someone get him a pen and paper.
Don't ask any more questions.
Wow.
No, but so I hope that this makes
So
sense.
many head nods, just like
Yep.
Yup.
That was incredible.
Dope.
Okay. Last one.
Crazy.
Any future plans in your sneaker life?
Yes.
Hanging out with Wex,
That's
getting Drizzy to actually sign papers.
holding the pen for him. No, I'm looking forward to. I'm actually trying to, as much as I can, to stay away from the noise
Amazing.
and redefine myself.
For sure.
Dope.
Christian, how about you? Any
Yeah.
plans?
for
Do
sure.
you have an announcement still?
I do.
Future plan is your future plan an announcement?
My future plan is an announcement.
Say it loud for
here
the
right
people in the
now.
back.
Uh-oh.
Well, this whole thing right now. I mean, this whole conversation that we've had. It's like, you know, we've established it with, you know, sneaker community's family, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to see more of that. I want to see more of that type of stuff, and I don't think we get together often enough.
I wholeheartedly agree
I
with
decided to, you know, give back to the community and throw an event, a sneaker-related event.
Let's
Oh.
go.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's gonna be at OCAD University, August 18th, outdoors.
Yes.
Be some
Barbecue?
so, just to give you some teasers. We're gonna have
Suji's gonna be there to break dance.
Yeah.
you know Come On Feet. His name's Habib.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's gonna be my MC.
Dope.
Yeah, he's a comedian, aspiring comedian, doing tours right now
Lit.
as we speak. I got who's on the. I'm talking to Thomas Wade West right now to be the DJ.
True.
Yeah,
Sick.
J.R.
Shout out
Weidman's
to
gonna
Thomas
cover
Wade.
the event on shooting.
Photography.
Right,
J.R.
photography.
Weidman, shout out.
Yeah, I'm gonna have some food.
Nice.
Vendors. I think we got a few in store for you guys, and throughout the event, we're gonna have some performances, and actually looking for some right now. But yeah, I just, you know, I feel like we
Live
don't get
recording
together
of the
enough.
podcast.
And it's gonna be called Just Kicking It. That's basically
Nice.
I like that. Yeah.
That's dope.
I'm gonna edit my calendar now. 'cause
Guys.
Yeah, I just went to check to see if I had anything on August 8th. I do not.
18th.
Now I do.
18th.
I do now.
18th?
Oh, busy that day.
Is it 18th?
18th. This
Hold on.
Saturday,
Okay, hold
guys.
on.
Yeah.
Pending. Nothing.
Now you got something.
lit.
I love that it's outside.
Yes.
I don't know if
too.
you emphasize that enough, but it's outside. That is so sick.
It's like a jam. It's cool.
Yeah, it's like a
Very
jam.
sick.
It's like a backyard barbecue, but
Yeah.
like just
Massive.
oh man, that's so sick.
You
Yeah,
mean
so
we
is
get to wear shoes outside?
No, we don't do that. We're gonna
Not
change
on the carpet?
Flip flops.
What? I know it's
Yeah,
gonna
so
be hot.
flyers are being worked out as we speak, logos, and stay tuned to my page. You know,
Amazing.
I'll definitely be tagging all you guys so you can keep up.
That's
All
at
right?
Flippinlaces on
amazing.
Instagram. Just kicking
we're
it.
gonna do that
It's
again on
August
the outro.
18th.
Lit.
OCAD University outside. Let's fucking go.
Be
That's sick.
there. Or
You have no idea how hard it
be
was to keep that
lame.
secret, man.
Thanks, brother.
That's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I couldn't contain my when I saw Lawrence at exclusivity the other week.
You couldn't contain it,
I
eh?
literally just like secured the place, like the spot. So it's like I couldn't.
You just saw Lawrence, you don't know what's happening.
Don't tell anybody, but
Please don't say anything.
I think even
I'm gonna be on the pod next week.
I,
What?
I think even Joel knew too. Was Martin Q?
Yeah, he spilled the beans.
Spilled the beans too.
Oh, Stark.
Yeah.
Star Killer.
So I
But
had to slide into Joel's DMs and be like, just
don't say
whatever
I
you
shit.
kept
do,
it on
just
the down low.
Dog.
It's
That's
good.
some really exciting news.
yeah, man.
We're gonna blow that shit up once you get some promotion pieces going.
heck yeah.
Sure.
Oh,
Thank
this
you.
has been an amazing episode.
Crazy. Thank you guys
Christian,
so much
Alex.
for coming.
Great.
Yo, thanks for
For
having me. It
real.
was
And
very
thank you
cool.
guys for always supporting us. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
Means
both
the
you guys.
world.
Yes.
Thank you so much. All right, that's it. Thank you, Bram, for the theme song. Shout out to the Sneaker Podcast.
Hell yeah, the boys.
And my homies Matt and Zach for the mentorship for this podcast. You guys are the best. Thank you to the listeners. Please let us know what you guys think. If you have any questions or suggestions, hit us up in the DMs or email us at CanadaGotSole@gmail.com. Especially if you have fire round questions, even if it's as bad as Lawrence's ideas.
What up?
Wow.
I'm not gonna be here
Hey,
next
man.
week.
Fired.
He's been firing shots at me all night. This has been True to Size. We are a weekly podcast. We are releasing every Saturday, as long as I get to it. You can listen to us on Podbean, iTunes, Google Play, and YouTube's. I checked on Spotify. We're still under review.
Who?
Yeah, doesn't even matter anymore. Please give us a review and some stars on iTunes. At least 5.
Minimum 5.
Minimum 5. That's what Lauren says. I was trying to think of it. Please drop us a like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Follow us absolutely everywhere at CanadaGotSole. We have a Facebook group called CGS Talk. You can find that at facebook.com/groups/cgs.talk. Sean Go likes to post his reviews there. People have been selling some kicks there. And I've been just starting up some conversations just to have a little chit chat here and there. You can go to CanadaGotSole.ca for our latest pieces. We're going to have an Under Armour review
Heck yeah.
up soon.
There we are.
Real soon. I have been Alan Martinez. You can find me at _Spooner, no E. Joel Hernandez, where can they find you?
You can find me at Joe Dooney, JO_D, 3 O's NEY.
Lawrence Hopkins.
That's at LDoggyStyles Pond the Gram.
It cuts at LDoggyStyles. What he means is he's on the Instagram by that name. Alvin Martinez.
You can find me at Mr. Q Mart.
Christian, where can they find you, sir?
You can find me at Flippinlaces, one word.
And Alex, how about you?
They can find me at Sugycyphersons.
Spell it, please, because that's
SUGYCYPHERSONS.
Suji,
right?
Suji
Yeah, that's right.
with a Y.
Yeah.
Sugy
That's my b-boy name and my crew is Cyphersons. So. Les Fils du Cercle.
And you can find the family at Canada Got Soul. This has been True to Size. Yeah. Take it easy, guys. Talk to you real soon.
Peace.
Damn.
Oh, man. Amazing episode.
Wow.